Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I am just waking up. When I say that, I mean I already got my sleep. I already have encouraged myself today. I've gotten dressed. I've had my breakfast. I try to make sure it's nutritional. I usually just put a brush through my hair and throw it up until I'm ready to go somewhere. And then I will put more effort into how I look. But yeah, just throw it up. Who cares? I've got other things to do, and that's usually how I like to start my mornings. So this morning, I am wanting to talk about this while it's fresh on my mind. Um, okay, so I'm still reading this book. I Am Roe. It's an interlibrary loan book from the library, which I can get any book. Anyone can get any book once you have a card with them from anywhere, which is a great resource. So as I'm reading this last night, and I had a late night last night, staying up reading this. I was also in my notebook here, journaling. The one thing I do like about her book or her writing is that she's putting it out there. She is putting it out there. I did do a video about the uneducated information in her book. And as I read her book, I can relate. As far as the drama in her life, I can relate to that. I can relate to her drama and really having a hard time following her in her book. It's really kind of choppy. There's not a lot of skill, in my opinion. It's just throw it out there. So she's kind of way, way out there, in my opinion. And what she's doing, though, is she's getting the information and the way she thinks out there. So, I'm using this book for my good, and I'm looking at my life, and I've done this many, many times. I try to slow down even though I'm busy, and I try to journal and work through some stuff. Like, for example, like just looking at, say, one aspect of my life, like jobs. I'm like, wow, I had a lot of jobs in my school years. And I'm looking at this and I'm looking at, okay, this was my first job, which I was there for a while, and that I was looking at the surrounding stuff going on. My first boyfriend, and then my second boyfriend, and all the kind of harassment that was going on at that time. And just looking at this and being able to get through it and realize, okay, now that was that year, and now when I graduated from high school, I had already had a forced abortion. There was no consent from me at all. And this is where I will be in the future, talking about the deceitfulness of the abortion industry, that they do not tell you what they are going to do. You don't even have to know how far along you are. You don't know what you're getting yourself into, at least then. I know now they're trying to do, because of laws, do stuff for ultrasounds. But anyways, looking at that and working through things, and then thinking, okay, I remember where I was here, and I remember, why was I, over here with this? Why was I hitchhiking? Why was I doing this or doing that? And as I've been processing this book along with my own life, I look at this and I have been overwhelmed. I have been so overwhelmed with looking at the broader picture and seeing what God has brought me out of. And I'm just so thankful to God. And that's what, when we have awful things happen in our life or trauma, and we come out of that and memories start coming back, we should be giving God the glory and being so thankful for what He's done for us. And many times, unless you have, we wonder, God, why are you allowing abortion? People have chosen, but why are you allowing it? And sometimes when you have something awful in your life, you can think back and think, if I didn't know the bad, how would I know the good? So sometimes we have things happen in our life, and if we can come out of it and heal, and that is where my heart is at too, to help women heal from the destructive consequences, not only for the baby that was killed, but for yourself, of abortion and everything that surrounds it. I had a lady once say to me, when I finally started talking about this, and you hold it in. I know at the time that life went on. For me, it was swept under the rug. But years later, I finally decided to deal with this, and mostly deal with it because I want to help other women. And I wanted to deal with it at a deeper level, with everything that was involved. And I had somebody say, how long ago was that? You should be all set by now. And yes, I definitely got busy with my own family and did not have time to deal with this at all. I had to take care of a family, and I didn't have time for myself. So then when I did have time for myself, later on, I did want to deal with this at a more deeper level. And I really do feel like, you want to get to the roots of it. You want to look at the whys. You want to look at all of it. And the more you deal with it, the more you can help other people, because scripture does say when you go through hard times, you are now able to minister to others and comfort others. But I remember being just kind of dumbfounded that this woman said, you should be over this by now. This was a person within the pro-life group, and I just could not believe that she did not understand, probably not having an abortion herself, that it affects women all their life. And yes, I am very fortunate, one of the few that have healed from a forced abortion. And unless women heal, it really affects their life. Even acting in some ways that you acted during that time of the trauma. So for me, like just going through different jobs, just being busy, during my school years, and seeing some stuff come back into my life, or being surrounded by somebody who was okay with just, living a loose life or taking things or whatever, and seeing how that can come into your, subconscious and affect your behavior in different ways. So I'm just going through this, and when you have a lot of drama in your life or things that have happened, although I do not like a lot of drama, I am someone who likes a lot of calmness in my life and quietness. It's just busyness can bring that on. But if you haven't dealt with the stuff thoroughly, just getting in there and surrounding yourself with other people, like for me, being in a lot of pro-life groups, I am seeing things very differently and very glad to have that. Or if you've come from a background a lot like Norma, where your family was just total chaos all the time, having a book to help you go through that and just being able to relate to that is also really helpful. And, Norma went through one relationship after another, and she never kind of could settle down because she couldn't deal with all that. I mean, one thing that she talks about is her mother, who just totally stole her baby. Once she had her baby, she kicked her out of the house and said, I am now raising your daughter, period. And she actually tricked her daughter, according to Norma, into signing a paper she thought was for insurance, and it was actually adoption papers so that her mother could have her baby. And she, life went on, and she didn't get to deal with the kidnapping she felt that her own mother did with her baby. So there's a lot there, and I just want to encourage a woman, if you've had this kind of trauma in your life, just try to take time every day to work through the stuff, and surround yourself, whether it's videos or whatever, from other women, and encourage yourself and allow other women to encourage you and be sisters to you and help you through it. So that's what I got for today, guys. Thanks.